Hey, hey, and welcome back to another episode of Shop Talk here on the Last Comic Shop Podcast. Woo!
Straight to the YouTube.
That's right. Straight to the YouTube. Chad's got lots of stuff.
I know. I'm so excited.
But we got to get that opening out of the way first. Here it comes, kids.
Countdown to the Last Comic Shop in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, we're back, kids. The host with the most, Andy Larson, joined by Chad Smith, my wonderful co-host as always, as well as the wonderful Mikey Wood. Yay, Mikey! Yay, Mikey! He's going to be on an episode in like three weeks. Yeah, JLA the Nail. He's coming onto the program.
Yeah,
and then we've got George, who was here.
Maybe
he's disappeared. But that's
I can't tell. I feel like my camera is freezing every time I mute and unmute myself. Like, I look frozen in my image right now. I don't know if I look like I'm moving.
You're moving for me, baby.
You're fine, brother. That's George from Shortbox.
I'm just going to trust it.
It's George from Shortbox Summary. He's also one of my favorite writers over at AIPT.
Yeah.
What reviews do you have out this week, George? Just as which ones did you do this week?
Oh, man. This week, I did Batgirl 18. I did JSA 18. I did G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Silent Missions, Baroness #1.
The Baroness.
It was really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I did Magic the Gathering, Untold Stories, Jace, #1.
Ooh.
And I think that's it. I reviewed a game this week for the first time.
Oh!
That has not gone live yet. But I'll tell you, I'm playing South of Midnight because that just came to PlayStation 5, and I had a great time.
Oh, wow. See,
I don't even know what that is.
I'm revisiting my roots of the late 90s with... there he goes again. He's gone. Any case, with Final Fantasy Tactics, they re-released that on a lot of stuff, and so I've been playing it on Steam and being like, that game used to piss me off all the time.
Yeah, the Ivalice Chronicles or whatever it's called.
Yes,
right? Yeah, like the remaster of War of the Lions. Yeah,
exactly. Of the books that you reviewed, George, Invisible George, Blacked Out George.
I'm here. Sorry, my girlfriend's out of town, and normally she takes care of the dogs. My dogs are menaces. I've got 5 dogs, and they're just the most needy, loud, wonderful little angels on the planet. But man, do I just have to do a lot of stuff for them because they're little crybabies.
That's all right.
I'm back. Sorry.
Of the reviews you did this week, George, what would you say? You listed 4. Which one was the best? If you were gonna rank them, I'll put you on the spot.
Right.
Rank them. Mm-hmm.
I got an answer for that, but I have a follow-up question because I want to discuss this with you guys and figure out if I'm being unfair as a reviewer or not. My favorite one was probably G.I. Joe's Silent Missions. There's multiple S's because it's Cobra. The Baroness. I just thought like Joelle Jones is just like an incredible artist. So like having no words obfuscate that amazing art for 24 pages is incredible. Like I was so happy the entire time.
And
now,
don't sell short the look of the Baroness too. It's a great costume design.
Pretty fun to look at, yeah. My question for you guys. I also reviewed the last 2 issues of this JSA arc. It is year 1. What do you guys expect from a year 1 story?
All right, let's put it to Mikey first. He's read his fair share of year 1 stories. What would you expect from a traditional year 1 story?
Yeah, I mean, I'm reading that too because I read the JSA book monthly. I mean, I don't know if I expect any. I mean, Bill. The idea is to see that, like, obviously the early days of the characters and then building relationships with each other and things to that effect. But I don't know if I expect any because they've done so many year 1. It's like, yeah.
I always feel like a year one should end with pretty much the establishment of the character that we know now, sort of.
Gotcha.
The default version of that character. Like I think of I don't know, Green Hornet year one. I love Green Hornet year one. Right? Matt Wagner did a really great job with Green Hornet year one. By the end of Green Hornet year one, it's established that Green Hornet is got this thing going on, that he's thought of as a criminal. Kato is his partner. They got Black Beauty. They got all this stuff. They're ready to roll. They've had usually there's one really strong adventure that they have together that kind of ties them all together. That moment, which, are they going to make it or are they going to break it? And then they pass that, they go through their baptism of fire, and now they're like, yeah, we're ready to take on everything. And you can stop reading at that point. That's the other thing about year one. You can stop reading at that. Chad, what do you think?
I just expect some stumbling and bumbling and figuring it out. And so, whether it's the team getting together or people not knowing how to interact well or not knowing what they can do and what they're capable of.
Yeah.
Like year one, you expect that mission where like, oh no, that's not what we should do at all. And then by the end, it starts to coalesce.
Okay, I'm going to blame you guys then. I feel like you screwed me a little bit because I listened to your episode of Batman year one. And I guess I got lost in the sauce, and I was just thinking no, year one should be a groundbreaking story for these characters. It should be an important big deal because with the benefit of time, you're going back and retroactively sort of presenting the best possible first introduction to these characters.
Yeah,
and
this is where you
in my
start.
head, should be stylish. Yeah. And so I was a little harsh on, especially the most recent issue. This issue I really lightened up on because I'm they got to do cool things. The pace was super frantic and fun. And the Nazis lost. That's a great story to me. But I compared it into my final paragraph. I'm if you're looking for a revolutionary story like Batman year one, you're going to be a little disappointed. This is going to feel more like Nightwing year one, which is
right.
A totally fine, entertaining story, but it's not reinventing the character. It's not going to be the first book.
I think
the definitive JSA
exactly,
story. Yeah. Okay.
Right. No, I think that's unfair because there's only one Batman year one. I don't know if they ever
more of them are
that.
Nightwing. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't think they ever did that before Batman year one, where somebody was like, nope, what we're going to do is we're going to just break it all down and tell the origin story in a completely different way. There might have been there might be books that I'm not thinking of that happened before Batman year one. But Batman year one was it was so good that everybody else decided to do that thing. And so in doing that thing, it then became a trope, the year one trope. And some people do, but at the end of the day, it's now that's what it's expected. So when I said
it's a photocopy of a photocopy. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. When I said the Green Hornet year one was a really good year one, it's still here's Batman year one, here's Green Hornet year one. There's a huge gap between those two stories, but still it's real good. It's real good for a year one story. It's what I wanted from a year one story.
Yeah. I always think of the color books too, where it's these are the essence of the characters.
Good call.
I guess
that
is a great call. That is a good reference I did not make in my reviews. I guess that is what I was thinking, where I'm this could be, or this should be everyone's first JSA book, and this should be a transformative book. I guess I had that in the back of my head. I do feel I got a little more forgiving with this most recent issue than I was last issue. But also, it was just a better issue. They weren't in tunnels anymore. They were actually out in the world they were trying to protect. There was just a lot more to like about this issue. But
it's okay to want it to be better, too.
Talking me off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for talking me off the year one ledge. But Gavin Goudry on art. He's now on Flash. And it was such a good artist. Love it.
There you go. All right. Yeah. Well, we have the opportunity to do a couple things here on this opening segment. I know that Chad has a lot of stuff that he wants to show from New Comic Book Day, including toys and old comic books.
Wow.
I think to start, though, Chad, I think you have a blind bag that is from New Comic Book Day, right? Like you do have a blind bag.
Yes.
Because it was one of the comics that we talked about for our New Comic Book Day quick picks. JA is our quick pick master, usually is the one that picks these books. And one of the picks was the fact that there was a new Daredevil #1 that was dropping today. And so we've got this Daredevil #1. Oh my goodness, you got the box, everything.
The box came out 3 weeks ago.
Oh, look at that.
And just for George, since he brought it up, did I put it in here? I didn't put it in here. Oh, shoot. I just picked up The Flash with Gavin Goudry on art today because I did not go to my regularly scheduled comic shop. I went to one that was having a big old sale. And so new issues were 30% off, which is good for me. But I was like, I'll take a flyer on Flash. It's Ryan North, and Ryan North is awesome. But I have not yet had a chance to read it yet.
Mikey, is that a book you're going to be picking up? That new Flash? Have you done it already? Or
Me? No, I'm not really a Flash guy. Although I did read I think it was part of a crossover. I read like an issue of the Flash that Cy Spurrier did, and I really, really liked it. And apparently, all the fans really hate Cy Spurrier's run, so that means it's probably awesome. So I'm looking forward to, because I like his writing a lot. I like his style, and usually if the fans hate it, that means it's groundbreaking and interesting and awesome. So
all right,
when you get to Bad Moon Rising, you let me know how good that Cy Spurrier run is. But
oh yeah, okay. Well, like I said, I don't have a dog in the race when it comes to Flash.
The first like 10 issues are interesting and weird, and then I'm just like, dude, like what is actually happening in this fucking book? Like I don't understand. And like issue 18 would come out, I'd have to reread the last 17 issues. Issue 19 came out, I'd have to reread the last 18. I'm just like, what the fuck is like? Do I need to take notes? Like, do I need more red yarn in my life? Like, I don't get it. But then the Mark Waid DC KO cross tie-in, like that was like a back to basics. And then this new Ryan North, Gavin Goudry shit is good. I reviewed that issue for AIPT last week, and I really liked it. Yeah,
I haven't read any of the KO stuff because what I do with crossovers is I'm obsessed with crossovers, so I wait for all of the stuff to come out and read it in one big fat chunk. So now that it's all out, I understand it's fun. People seem to think it was fun and whatever. So we'll see. You know.
Yeah. All right, Chad. Do you have your scissors? Okay.
I got
two of them. Oh my goodness.
I went double D's.
All right.
So
well, again,
Stephanie Phillips is. I follow her on TikTok, and she's awesome.
Well, there you go. So, yeah, Mikey, why don't you tell the people about Stephanie Phillips and Lee Garbett, the artist?
Well, I don't know a single thing about Lee Garbett. I really don't.
You don't? He did a great series.
Very good at his job.
Skyward, about these people which they floated from the sky. That was great. Yeah. Love that.
Well, I do know that I love Stephanie Phillips' run on Harley Quinn that she did with Riley Rossmo, because I also love Riley Rossmo. So that was a fun one.
Yeah.
But other than that, I just she was giving like writing advice and stuff on TikTok, and she's pretty, so I started following her, and she gives really good writing advice. And she writes a mean comic. And so I'm also reading Endeavor, which she's putting out. I shouldn't say reading. I have the first 2 issues, and I have to get the other ones. It's kind of a big size one from Distillery. So
those classy ones. They're almost treasuries.
What was the book we read recently that Stephanie Phillips did, Chad? Didn't we do one this week?
Phoenix, unfortunately.
Phoenix.
Oh, you didn't like it? You didn't care for it?
No,
it did not land for us.
Did not land for us. But Hope Springs Eternal, and Hope Springs Eternal with these blind bags, these covers.
And so there are many options. There's the A cover, the Lee Garbett cover. That's one that was on the box here, which we did. We reviewed his Loki, agent of what was he an agent of? Agent of Asgard. Yes. Oh boy, that was chef's kiss.
Good stuff.
So yeah, there's Rose Besh, there's Gabrielle Delato, Daniel Warren Johnson, Alex Maleev, Dan Panosian, Joe Quesada, Ryan Stegman, Peach Momoko. There's the blue line where it's just like a regular cover. But let's see what it is. So you guys are seeing it before I do.
Oh my!
Ooh.
Oh.
Now hold on. This is the outer sleeve because Marvel learned their lesson
Yeah.
That's the outer sleeve. Okay.
during their Ultimate Endgame. All their books got shipped and they all got crushed. And so now we get a sleeve that has an advertisement for Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell.
Yeah,
Listen to our episode.
Yeah, last week on the Last Comic Shop, still available out there. Great episode.
This is a great story. Like George was talking about, if you just want to hand somebody a story, it's not a year one, it's a year, end of the year, end of the year's story. But it's a good one. All right, so let's see. Da-da-da-da. Survey says, oh, this is the Rose Besh, I believe. Look at that. Very Beshy. So there you go. We got this. We got there's a big double D spread in there. Oh, now the last run of Daredevil, I was not a huge fan of. I thought it started strong. I love the fact that it was John Romita on the covers, John Romita Jr. But it seemed like there were about 12 to 15 issues where they had a steady plan and they're like, nope, wrap it up. And so they wrapped it up by issue 22. So I'm hoping this one. Like you said, hope springs eternal.
That's almost right. Like the first 19 issues were part of the same ongoing story, and it's just like, what are we doing, man? And then after that, like Saladin Ahmed started telling shorter stories. Like there was one where he's dealing with like real estate developers who are also like made out of mushrooms or whatever. I'm like, this is weird. This is good.
Yeah.
Like, do more stuff like this.
By the time they turn the corner at issue 20, it's like, wait a minute. They just all of a sudden he's in the black suit, has a new girlfriend. There's mushroom people.
I haven't read Daredevil in a while, other than again some of the books that we've read for the show. Are they still doing the thing where when they swap writers, they put the next writer in a really bad position and they have to figure their way out? Are they still doing that thing or no?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
I'll be honest. When the last run finished, I was more mad that it sucked. That was the bad part. So good luck for the next writer.
I usually I haven't read Daredevil regularly since the Mark Wade run, because which was a joy. That was a joy. Yes.
Oh yeah.
But I do get the Omnis when they come out. So I finished up the what do you call it? The guy before the I don't know what
Zdarsky.
Yeah, Zdarsky's run. I haven't read any of it yet, but I have the two Omnis there. So I don't know if I'm going to buy this on a monthly basis or not, this Daredevil, but I heard the most recent run wasn't all that hot. And Sewell's is like people are
So with the Cold Day in Hell, I thought Charles Soule redeemed himself a little bit. I was not a fan of the way he ended his. Yeah, I've been recently catching up with the classics. The first couple issues here. Got the Marvel Masterworks.
Back when you wore a costume that a blind man would design. Yes.
Exactly. Then you get into the John Romita stuff. But all right, but I cut the bottom on this one. Are you ready for the next reveal?
I am.
Oh yeah.
This time around, I'm blowing the whole screen up so as you can see.
There's random sketch covers.
There you go. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. There's a Marvel Rivals thing. There's a Marvel Studios, a 250th America homage. There's lots of possibilities. One that you're
particularly looking forward to, Chad?
Honestly, I just hope it's not the same one. That was the book this time on the Marvel. Like last time with Ultimate Endgame, they did the blind bags, and like everyone else does the blind bags so much better than Marvel. Yeah. But all those showed up crushed. This time around, they were saying they didn't shuffle them. And so, like, if you pick two that were close together, you would get the same cover. Like, if you've got a stack of 6, like 5 might be the same one. So I'm hoping this one's different. But let's see. I do love this sleeve. This is a cool looking sleeve.
I thought that was the cover. I thought that was the
that's
cover.
A nice cover.
It looks really great.
Yeah.
I'd buy that comic.
Heck yeah. So let's see the reveal. Here we go. Gently, gently.
It is different.
Oh, it's a different one.
Defenders.
Oh, what's this one?
Defenders?
Oh, this is the 250th. Yay, America. We've got the
Wow.
flags and the defenders back there. The USA 250th birthday homage.
Sweet
Yeah.
Christmas.
I actually don't. Maybe that's not the Defenders. I see like 2 members of the Defenders.
Wasn't everybody a defender?
It's a couple of defenders smushed together. You got your Luke Cagey defenders. You got your Doctor Strangey defenders.
Yeah, but see,
I mean, that looks like Bendis era New Avengers.
yes, that's what I'm going to say. Either that, or it looks like maybe the Champions, because you've got Black Widow up front. Maybe
got
it's
your
Secret
Shang-Chi.
Avengers. Secret Avengers. I like the Secret Avengers. Those guys were cool.
I don't recognize this particular roster as any given team, but it's a cool cover. I like it, and I'm happy I got 2 different ones. So that's exciting times.
No, that actually looks like a comic book roster we would done for like one of our drafts. Like, remember when we would do our drafts? We'd be like, yeah, we picked Moon Knight and Daredevil, and sure, I'll just throw Ghost Rider, and you're just like, oh, maybe I'd read that book. Who knows?
I wonder if this one is a sneaky preview of what's to come in the book. Maybe we'll see some of these guys pop up.
Who's below Moon Knight there in the corner? Is that Shang-Chi?
Yeah, you got Shang-Chi's in the corner below Moon Knight.
Right.
And then you got your Ghost Riders.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know which is that Danny Ketch or is that Johnny Blaze? I think it looks like Danny Ketch to me.
Let's go Catch. Why not?
Yeah, you got your Black Widow. So there you go.
Very nice.
No, I'm a happy dude. It's very cool. And the copies are pristine. So for all those collectors out there that were anxious.
Of the 2, what do you have a preference? It seems like you were more excited about the more recent one.
Honestly, I like this Rose Besh cover too. This is one. I don't think any of them beat the sleeve. Honestly, the sleeve is pretty badass.
None of them do. Who did the sleeve cover? Does it say?
That I don't know. I don't have that one. This one I feel like I'm warming up to though. Like,
yeah,
it's I don't know. It's I'm trying to find the words, or it's kind of hidden. Like, is Daredevil being a little bit shy?
It does.
It
looks actually very John Romita Jr. Al Williamson. I could have seen that maybe if it was a little more sketchy, but it looks like kind of what you would see from that run where he.
See, I disagree. This is, if I were to compare it to other artists, I feel like this is a more classically styled version of like an Humberto Ramos style cover, somebody like that, where everybody's all hunched over all the time. But I like it. I like them both. It's a good day. Today was such a good day. Such a good day.
Great.
Well, before we get to our first commercial break, I'm going to ask real quickly if George has any other new comic book quick picks that he'd like to throw out, or Mikey. I do not. I did not actually get to the comic book shop today, so my picks will actually wait. But if either of you have any recent picks, it doesn't mean you have to have the book in front of you, but if there was something that you could recommend, I will say, I'll throw out that there was a really great Avengers Epic Collection that came out today. They call it Ultimate Absolute Vision. It's a collection of issues in the mid 200s, well, moving up to 250, and it tells the story. It sets the stage for eventually what happens to Vision, in which all the Avengers get shipped off to Battleworld to fight in the first Secret Wars. And so Vision's like, well, crap, I don't have a team, but I still got to protect Earth. So what does he do? He hooks his brain up to all the computers around the world, and he tries to manage things by managing all the computers. Well, it kind of goes to his head. He goes a little crazy. They have to disconnect him, whatever. But that sets the stage for eventually the U.S. government to dismantle him, and then they have to rebuild him as White Vision later on, which then totally ruins
with the toes.
Vision and Scarlet Witch's marriage in Avengers West Coast. So that's the beginning of that story. So if you're interested to see how Vision and Scarlet Witch start to unravel, it all starts in this all Absolute Vision series that you can get out in an Epic collection today at your local comic book shop. George, Mikey,
George Michael.
anything? George Michael.
Gotta have faith for faith for faith.
Anything else? No.
Well, George we can't hear you. He's on mute.
From this week, sorry, I was muted like a dumb boy. From this week, Bizarro Year None, I like as a first issue for a mini. That one I think is a bit more experimental in a way that like I want a year one to be a little bit more definitive the way I want a year one to be. Let's see what else came out this week that I liked.
George,
Poison
before you get
Ivy
off
43,
Bizarro,
I thought was good.
Can I jump back to Bizarro real quick?
Yeah.
They got me with the variant covers because as I was putting my order in this week for comics, they had World's Finest number 50, and it had the Weird Al variant cover. I was like, I got to get Weird Al. You know, who's going to pass up Weird Al? But you know what Bizarro had? Normal Al.
What?
It had a normal Al Yankovic variant.
That's
the best.
Funny. That's
really
funny.
Good. Batman, Superman, World's Finest 50. That was also good. Poison Ivy 43 was good. I'm just trying to think. I haven't read DC Mad About You, which I do really want to check out. I love those little seasonal specials they do. I don't think a lot of the stories are like especially great in any of the ones I've read, but like I like that they try and that they make a big deal of the calendar. Yeah. I'm a sucker for stuff like the Valentine's Day special. I always get that. The Pride special, I always get that.
They didn't shell out for Paul Reiser. I'm not getting it.
Okay.
Mad about you.
You're terrible. Terrible.
I didn't get
like 3 people listening to the podcast that would get that joke.
I didn't get this week's stuff yet. I'm always like a week or so behind at everything, and when I do get them, it takes me forever to read them and everything. But I did get a one. The big fat compendiums that they're doing for like Transformers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I actually got the Transformers UK compendium.
Ooh.
For like $25. And it was like
Simon Furman.
That's been on my list.
They were like damaged, and it's like the corner is like the littlest bit. See, I don't care if people like that are gonna like take over Reddit and start. I don't know if you guys follow the comic book collecting Reddit page. Don't. They're monsters. They're monsters. They really are monsters, and I hate them all. They're all just like. But anyway, they're because it's like they don't buy the comics to enjoy them as comics. They're like all into the CGC grading, which I'm sorry. Can we do that on? Ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh,
we can. Okay. So I can't stand CGC grading. I get it. I get people don't want a comic book anymore. They want a stock certificate for bragging rights and whatever. Great. But so anyway, I got that big fat trade, and I've ordered a couple of and this I think Chad will get a kick out of this. I ordered a couple of runs of books that I missed or lost or traded, and got a bunch of the X-Files books that haven't come from eBay yet, things
the
like
old
that.
tops.
Yeah, the old tops, like all 40 something issues, and it was like dirt cheap.
Was that like Charlie Adler on art for a lot of those?
Some of them, yeah. And the and Blue Book, the 2 Blue Book miniseries I got, because I like UFOs and stuff. But so when I ordered the Blue Book thing, the guy sent me a couple of freebies in because I guess that's what he does. He throws free books in there. One of them is this book called Standstill, which was written by Lee Luffbridge with art by Andrew Robinson, and it looks super cool. And I guess it was an 8-issue miniseries. And Andrew Robinson is a phenomenal artist. He did one of my favorite graphic novels called The Fifth Beatle. So I was like, okay, so I ordered the rest of these from my comic shop because they were like $2 a piece when the book was originally $4.99. But anyway. But the one thing that he sent me was this thing, and it's gonna burn my fingers to hold it up. But he sent me this, And it's got Chris Starr in it, which is super cool. Is Chris Starr actually in the book? I haven't.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. He is. We reviewed that on the last comic shop. You can go back to our archives.
That's fun.
And listen to our episode.
Not a Liefeld guy. We've established that. But hey, Chris Starr. Chris Starr's
yes.
cool.
Yeah. Everybody's allowed to be wrong sometimes.
That's right.
Chris Starr is super cool. We all love Chris Starr here at the last comic. Well, at least I do.
So is that the only issue that he's in, or is he in the whole run?
He's in the whole. He comes in and then he leaves.
Yeah, he's in issue 2, and the issue 2 is primarily the one where he spends a lot of time. But then they fight the Hulk together, and then he kind of hangs out in the background. They kind of introduce characters as the issues go on.
Yeah.
But speaking of interesting finds and the fact that we were talking about.
Well, before we jump off, I have one more new comic this week.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Now this is a spoiler cover. And it was interesting to me because this was solicited as a classified cover, which meant if you ordered this cover from the old comic shop, you didn't know what it was until you got it.
Okay.
All right. Now there are a couple other things in play. Do you guys know about Mary Jane's boyfriend Paul?
Yes.
Everybody hates him.
Everybody hates Paul.
I hate that guy. I hate that guy.
And so I don't subscribe to Venom any longer, but there's
fine.
a crossover. Well, go ahead.
Paul's fine. Like, I don't get it. Like, people just hate him because he's not Peter. Like, that's why.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, sorry, George. I got bad news. There's a crossover, so I currently had to buy the Venom book.
Like, I don't know what to tell you.
But this is the cover to Venom. This was the secret cover.
Oh,
and if you are a Beatles fan, you might recognize that Paul is walking barefoot.
It means Paul is dead.
You can suss out what that means. Spoilers, Mikey. Spoilers.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, no, there's a big page in here.
Couldn't
Paul's
happen
dead.
to a nicer guy.
Is
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Oh, Venom. Oh, you know what? I did get 2 cool things too. I keep remembering cool things.
Did Venom kill him?
It is Death Spiral.
The Death Spirals.
Right. Spoilers, kids. Just spoilers. Here goes Paul.
Yay! I'm so happy. So happy.
Poor Paul.
My long national nightmare is over.
Like,
Thank
Andy,
you.
you're reading the current Amazing Spider-Man run, right?
No, I am not.
Then who gives a shit if he's dead or not? Like, you're not even reading the book.
But the reason why I stopped reading it is because they introduced him.
Listen,
and I got so angry at it that I was just like, until I find out this guy's gone forever. Again, they could have put him and that car. What was that? Her name was what? Carly. What was her name?
Carly Cooper.
Carly Cooper. They could put her in a. Just put them all on a bus. Go ship them out in the.
We can do an entire episode about how shit like that ruins creativity, and that's why we get the same stories every 10 years.
There you go. And George, I have been reading the new Spider-Man. I think it's fun. I like Crazy Space Spidey.
Obviously, Andy, I love you. Like, this isn't a comment directed at this isn't a comment directed at you specifically. But what really pisses me off is the amount of people who complain about books they're not reading. Like, it's fucking infuriating. Where it's like, imagine getting mad that the White Sox lose when you don't follow the White. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, why are you expending that energy? Like, why are you putting that out there? You know?
That's right.
It's true. It's true.
They just want it to be better.
I just lump Amazing Spider-Man into that book of saying, like, this is probably a book I would have read had it been better at one point, and then I stopped reading it.
No, I hear you. No, Paul's been in it, I think, a total of 3 panels this entire series. So 25 issues in. So I get why you're upset. But, like, and again, this isn't directed at you. This is, like, the people on Twitter who just shit-talk something when, like, they don't read it. Like, I reviewed Wonder Woman, and this guy was complaining about the story, but he said, or they said, I'm assuming it's a dude, they said they haven't read since issue 15. So I'm like, so how do you know what the fuck you're talking about, man?
Yeah,
like,
it's in the 30s now.
Read more than half of the volume. So
it's still an awesome book too, I think. I mean, I love it. So
yeah, I gave the beginning of the Wonder War, I gave that a very positive review. And everyone who's complaining admitted to stop reading the book, but they were still complaining about the book. And I'm like, How about like it takes at most 10 minutes
Like,
to read a book? There's websites you can find where you don't give them money.
I
Like I'm
still-
not going to say what they are, but they're out
Like,
there.
I
And so,
still
like,
haven't.
you could read it and have an informed opinion. You just choose not to.
Maybe one of the listeners can tell us, because I still haven't figured out what people hate so much about Tom King's Batman run.
I found an article that I'll send you. Yeah.
and other than the Alfred thing, you know, which
Yeah.
Well, I had to research it too because I'm just like, what are people complaining about with this book? And so like, I'll send you like the thing that I read
It's
because
because
it was genuinely foreign to me.
it's because
yeah.
it's because he writes characters that are flawed. They're not unbeatable. They're not, you know, like, but for me, as a reader, like, I want to read a book where like I worry about the character, like, because like then what's the point? You know, like what's the
Point,
that's why
yeah.
Superman is so hard for me to fathom a story of, because like what do you do? Like the most thing that you could do to Superman is harm his direct family and friends. That's really it, or kryptonite. I mean, like, you know, like what else do you do?
I
I mean,
mean,
now
Magic.
he's impervious to kryptonite for a minute
right.
at a time, 3 minutes at a time, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because he can go kaboom. Or that's
You can
different.
go
Well,
to
I
golden,
will
yeah.
say this in the defense. I don't have any problem with the Tom King Batman run, nor do I have any problem with the Tom King Wonder Woman run. And I honestly, I mean, if anybody that listens to the Last Comic Shop podcast knows me, there's really just one sacred cow that I get really fussy about. It's usually involving my relationships. So people that screw with my relationships, people that screw with, When you screw with my Peter Parker MJ marriage, anytime anybody does anything with that, then I get real fussy. And so Paul for me was just a big FU when he was introduced.
I hear you.
And so I'm happy to see
not
that
mad
FU is
at
gone.
I'm not mad at you for having that opinion because you don't make that opinion your personality the way so many people online do, where it's all they fucking have to talk about. It's the only thing they care about. I really think they get off on being miserable, and you couldn't be further from that. So when I levy that criticism, it's not at you. You're a normal upset fan about it. You're not a freak fan.
Chad can say, I think Chad's known me the longest. I can be just miserable for the sake of being miserable.
I hope they make Paul the new Spider-Man.
Oh, jeez. There's enough Spider-Man out there.
That's true.
That's
fine too. That's fine too. If they want to do that.
The Green Goblin was just Spider-Man.
Exactly. It's fine. Well, I was going to say...
He's doing Spider University? Fuck that. Like, what is Norman Osborn going to teach Miles Morales about being? So, like, that should piss people off. I haven't seen anyone fucking complain about that. But
the book's not out yet. And when it comes out, we'll check Apatapata and find out what we think of it.
That's true. I do read a Tapatapata because it's how I keep abreast about all the really comic books I should really be paying attention to. I read George's reviews. I will say,
thanks for the
finally,
Thank you.
Before we get to the commercial break, we were talking about Bizarro and cool covers, and I did want to show off this cool cover done by Simpsons creator Matt Groening. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Groening, I thought.
Groening.
Any case, I picked this up at Ollie's Discount Comics for $9.
Good stuff, cheap.
Which was really great. And when I was checking out, the gun guy was like, "Is the entire book with this art?" And I'm like, "No, unfortunately not. But the cover's still cool." So, any case, we've got to get to a commercial break. We'll be back with more Last Comic Shop on this live stream with Chad's next pickup.
We can do pickups, or we gonna play What's in the Box? We'll
play What's in the Box right after this.
Hey fellas, looking to save money on your collectible supplies? Whether it's comics, cards, sports memorabilia, or miscellaneous pop culture goodies, make sure to use promo code LCSPOD to get 10% off your orders at bcwsupplies.com. Not only does it get you a discount on BCW's already low prices, but using LCS Pod at checkout is an amazing way to show support to the Last Comic Shop podcast, the most incredible comic book podcast on the airwaves. So if you are in need of collectible supplies, head out to bcwsupplies.com and use promo code LCSPOD today. That's promo code LCSPOD.
Into that primitive center of our brains that people love vengeance. They love that idea of somebody on. All right, we're back with more of the Last Comic Shop podcast. As you just saw, I attempted to try to give everybody a preview, sort of this week's episode that's out right now over at the Last Comic Shop. Let me see if I can find it. Where's it at? Oh no, this week is it this? Yes, this week too. There we go. It is Punisher. The Punisher Max with the first 6 issues of Garth Ennis's run on Punisher Max, as well as we did a movie review of Punisher Warzone, the one with Ray Stevenson, not the one with Thomas J, which is the one that Chad thought we were doing.
That with John Travolta?
No, it doesn't have Kevin Nash in it either.
It's the one that somehow manages to be worse.
I don't know. If you listen to this week's episode, I gave Punisher Warzone a 0, which was the first time I think I ever gave anything on this show a 0. I just did not like that movie whatsoever, but it's still available out there on www.lastcomicshoppodcast.com. Again, it is a teaser for Movie Mayhem. That is our annual event that starts the first week in May, runs all 4 weeks in May, where we pair movies up with or comic books up with the movies that were inspired by them. So again, this year, I think we've got Lone Wolf and Cub. We've got Snowpiercer. We've got Howard the Duck, which Mikey's going to be coming back and joining us for that, as well as we're going to be reviewing more Meatball Batman with Absolute Batman Volume 2. So the trade that's taking everybody by storm. We're going to be pairing that with Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. So that's the 10th anniversary of the release of that movie. So we're actually going to be doing the unvarnished special edition master cut that's currently out there on HBO Max.
I love that movie.
Why do you love it, Mikey? Why do you love it? Give us throw some knowledge. You're not going to be on that show, so you might as well throw some knowledge my way. What do you like about this movie?
It's big. It's 2 of my favorite characters. It's big and bombastic and Wagnerian, and it looks really good, and it pissed off so many people, and that just makes me love it more. It really does. No, I genuinely really like it. Like I don't mind a lot of the elements. No, it's not a cartoon Superman. He's not smiling through the whole thing. It's the Dark Knight Returns without doing the Dark Knight Returns. There's a lot of things that I really, really enjoyed about it. I just watched it a couple of weeks ago. I just really do
by choice.
Yeah, I do. I watch that trilogy quite often, like the big 4-hour Justice League, which is like honestly one of my favorite things in the world. I mean, maybe I just have no taste or whatever, but I also love the new Superman too.
I think you have great taste.
Yeah, no, I love the new Superman. Why? Because I have hundreds and hundreds of Superman comic books, and you can go through and pull out 4 or 5 different ones and get 4 or 5 different vibes. Like you can. I
appreciate the kindness as the new punk rock Superman, but there's room for all of it, Mikey. There's room for all of it. I've softened as I've gotten older.
I will say that I'm excited because I have not watched this super unvarnished mega cut. I've never seen it.
So this really does make a difference. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to compare it to the original, which I have seen and I didn't particularly care for. But that's again, hope springs eternal. And so maybe there will be something about this mega cut which I'll find interesting. At the very least, I'm excited to watch it. So that's Movie Mayhem coming up in a couple weeks. But if you want a little preview of that, go out to lastcomicshoppodcast.com and listen to this week's show. Again, it is Punisher Max as well as Punisher War Zone. Okay, so now it is time for a real quick graphic. So give me a second here. Here we go. Let me see what if I can do this.
Oh, Andy's gonna be so mad at me.
Oh, look at this! It's Blockies. What's in the box? What's in the box?
So, but the thing about what's in the box is you have to tease it. We can't just tell people what's in the box. Let's talk about some other things. So there was a big comic sale today. I went to the comic shop and found all kinds of fun stuff. And so I was going to share some of my finds. One of the big shops in Pittsburgh, they had their dollar books marked down to 40 cents a piece.
Which one was this? Was that Ides?
It was, yeah. It's their big spring sale.
Yeah,
I got myself some Batman Black and White.
Oh.
I got the Jim Lee cover one.
Yeah.
The Alex Tothe cover one.
Yeah.
And look at this Sam Keithy one. R.I.P. Sam Keith. But check out that Joker.
Yeah.
That is menacing. Oh.
I am a little fussy that we aren't doing the what's in the box.
What? What's in the box? Oh man! And then look at this one. I found this. It's Ethan Skyver, but we're gonna ignore that. It's Kevin McGuire art on the inside.
Ooh.
And it's Huntress and Power Girl. Whoa!
Ooh.
Look at that fun. So, but all that and more waits for you sometimes at your local comic shops over there. Big spring sales. And then the other thing I was going to mention too is one of the things I love about those sales is the thriller of the filler. And there are so many series I was able to fill out. And I just want to share that because I have some joy, some excitement. So what was one series I was able to get a big chunk of today? It was the Thor by Dan Jurgens and John Romita Jr.
I thought you had all those.
I had the first 12, but now I go all the way up to 25.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
Goodness, Chad.
Actually, I go up to 29. I just dropped some. Crap. But what fun is that? But look at all those for such a small pittance, right? A pittance, I say.
A pittance.
But so there was some good filler there. And then this is actually combined with another comic show that we just had. The first run of Spider-Girl. I got this first issue at that Pittsburgh comic show. I got the Zero here. But now, after the sale today, I was able to fill out up through issue 21 of Spider-Girl.
Yes.
Oh.
That one guy was not going to take no for an answer. He was not going to let you walk away from his stand without buying tons of his stuff.
Oh, did you guys went to that? Yeah.
We did. And there was this one guy, evidently he's getting out of it. And so he was just throwing books. He's like, I'll give you this, and then you can flip it. And I was just like, I don't want that. He's like, but you can flip it. And I'm like, I don't.
Yeah. There's a lot of things I could flip, but I don't. But other things I got at his booth were the follow-up series, and I actually have the whole run now of The Amazing Spider-Girl.
Oh.
I got issue 0 and 1 at the show. I got a couple extras here today. This one's 30 issues.
Did Pat do that series too?
What's up?
Did Pat do that series too?
This is Ron Friends and Tom DeFalco, sometimes Sal Buscema.
Okay.
Is helping out.
Did you get the What If too?
So I do not have the What If. I have the I have a reprint of the What If, and then the Spider-Girl Zero is actually the What If represented in there. But I don't have What If 108. That still eludes me, George. But then the last series I was going to show off here as part of my thriller filler was The Power of Shazam. So this is that Jerry Ordway series where the art in here is Jerry Ordway, and he just steps it up a notch. But now I started with a couple of those, but now I had some fill-in issues, and now I'm good through, I want to say issue 22, 23.
We have a really good interview with Jerry Ordway we cut at Baltimore Comic Con several years back. Look for that episode in our archives because I think I asked him the question, given the fact that he drew both Shazam and Superman, like, was there one that he preferred and stuff like that. So you can get some interesting insights from Jerry Ordway in our interview. Still, evergreen on lastcomicshoppodcast.com.
And then I did not share my big ticket purchases. Do you want to see my 2 big ticket items I got today?
Okay, all right. Well, now is this the real big ticket purchase, or are we? So you're still.
You have another graphic?
I do have another graphic for that.
Okay.
I'm trying to do my homework with the things you said you were going to do on this live.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, here's a box. What's in the box? We don't know yet. I'm
You
trying not to
told
show
me
the
that
part
was
my
going to be
address.
after the.
All right. You want to see what's in the box?
Yes, I want to see what's in the box. It's Blockies, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
it is. Ta-da! So this just came courtesy of our friends from BigBadToyStore.com. But these are Blockies, and they are the Galaxy scale, or the Galaxy version of Spider-Man, and folks from the old Spider Clan. And what these are, they are model kits. And I have not opened them up yet. I have not seen these live in person prior to coming home today. And I had this super exciting day where I was like, oh, I spent all this money on comic books. And then I came home and what's home? Toys! Brand new toys. Listen to the crinkle of the wrapping here. Here we go. Ta-da!
I like when you do. I like when you unbox the toys. Then I can just be a fan for a hot second and I can shut up.
There we go. So here we go. So this is a case of 9. Uh-oh, did we lose a Mikey? No, we lost a George.
George. He'll be back.
He'll be back. Anyways, we're trying to get this open. Now, if you're familiar at all with the Blockies, like some of you might have seen these Transformer guys. These have hit your local Walmarts. They're in a lot of your local comic shops. They are blind boxed, and you don't know what's inside. You don't know who you're going to get. And so up to this point, I've got a ton of these Transformer guys, and they're fun to put together, and you can customize them. Like with here's my Optimus, where I gave him the Megatron arm from the first run of Daniel Moore Johnson's Transformers.
That's a good idea, yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So
you have some Sesame Street ones too, right?
I do, yes. I've got a Big Bird and Bert and Ernie. It's good stuff. So anyway, here's the Spider-Man guys, and this is my first time seeing these. Here, pick one, Andy, and we'll open it up here on the show.
All right.
So the first row is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, I was gonna go with Jim J. Bullock for the block. So we'll go with number 3. We'll go with number 3.
So this guy. Ba-ba.
It looks like the Hollywood Squares.
There we go.
Jim J. Bullock.
Here we go.
Gynecologist Murray Spider-Man.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, if you guys want to vamp while I open this up a little bit.
So while he's doing that, I've got a what's in the box.
Oh, what's in the box,
Mikey?
And since you mentioned the Batman vs Superman thing, I don't know if you could see, but barely. See these little black marks in the back. Each one of those is a little Lego Batmobile.
Oh.
It's like the 1966, the 1989, so I buy the little Lego Batmobiles. So I didn't realize this, and this was like 15 or what was it, $18 or something on the Amazon. It's the Batflick one.
Oh, look at that! The tank.
And there's a little Batflick.
Oh,
nice.
So that's the Batman v Superman Batmobile. So that's gonna go next to before the Batman Batmobile.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Before the Batman. Yes.
I do enjoy the Batman and the Batmobile, like the muscle car part.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like I respect the Batfleck Batmobile. It felt more like a Batmobile to me.
Yeah. Yeah, the Batman is like Batman's an interesting movie. It's like I really, really, really enjoy it, but I never want to watch it. Like it's like never. It's weird. Like it's really well done.
To me, it's like a TV series. If I'm gonna watch it, I need like a week because I'll watch it like 40 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
I'll watch it 40 minutes. I'll get to it. Actually, there are places where you can stop watching it and just be like, okay, I'm gonna go.
I remember that was my book on that one. It was 3 hours long and it felt like watching a TV show where it's like you could watch 1/2 hour and this is the motorcycle chase, and then watch another half hour. Oh, this is the nightclub.
Yeah.
But anyway, so back to the Spidey Blockies. There are 9 possible options here in the blind box.
Ooh.
And so when you put them together, that's what they look like. It could be a
okay.
Venom, could be a Spider Ham. But this is what their construction is like. I don't know
Oh,
if you can see that. You get them in these pieces and you have to put them together. And like this is my first time with a human blocky. They've all been Transformers thus far for me.
You know what it reminds me of? Do you guys remember, like, back when toy magazines were really popular? I remember the ads I saw the most were the Mini Mates.
Yeah, Mini
You
Mate.
guys
Yeah.
remember that toy line?
Mhm.
yes.
So
I
yeah,
had-
no. Oh, good, Mikey.
I had a few of those. I don't. Which ones did I have? Mini Mates. I had a few of the. I want to say Ghostbusters ones or something. I can't remember, but they were fun.
That's cool. They were the not quite Legos.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the thing I wanted to say is my heart belongs to the 4-inch scale action figures,
Mm-hmm.
and recently Hasbro has scaled these up. So this Spider Gwen was from the last go round. The new Spider Gwen is 4.5 inches. And it's very disheartening to me.
That
But I was
extra
excited to
half-inch.
see how these guys scale out. And who did we get? We got Mr. Miles Morales.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
So it tells you. So you actually don't have to wait to get all the pieces out. That tells you who that you got. Okay.
No, yeah. So this is what he's going to look like when it's all said and done.
All right.
But there
We
you
got
go.
them. We got a model.
I'll put this together while you guys talk about
Shoot the
stuff.
shit.
So,
Okay.
I ordered a knockoff Lego from Temu just to see, and it's super cool because it's Edward Scissorhands,
okay.
and they put ball joints in the shoulders.
Oh, the Lego. Oh, so he can really snip them.
They're just like mini they're just like Lego minifigs, but they have these ball joints so that he can spread his arms out a little bit.
Oh, look at that.
Super cool.
That is
super cool.
Because my next idea for a custom is the Edward Scissorhands castle thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can build one of those. Because I did a little Shop of Horrors set with like Audrey 2 and Seymour and all that stuff. So
right.
I like the little Lego. I like making Lego kits that don't exist. You know.
So have you seen Project Hail Mary yet, Mikey?
I haven't, but I heard it was really, really great.
It's really good. It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
So so right now there is a Lego set that is an Easter bunny that apparently you can find instructions online to turn it into Rocky from Project Hail Mary.
Oh, that's funny.
And all the parts you would need are in the box.
Ooh.
I saw that they did that with the face hugger. Like you could buy, I think it was a rabbit kit, and you could turn it into the face hugger from Aliens.
Oh, look at that.
Which is fun.
Look at that.
All right, this is going to take me a minute. So if you guys want to talk about other stuff, these
All
are
right.
new construct for me.
I was going to mention the fact that the interesting news that I've been paying attention from the toy lines is I believe they are going to be making a Playmobil. Now, Playmobil is a toy line that I follow. I've gotten a lot of Playmobil over the years. My kids really liked it when they were growing up. They're going to be making a Playmobil Castle Grayskull and Playmobil He-Man figures. And I'm not 1,000% sure whether I think this is a good idea. Primarily because they're slightly smaller than obviously the Masters of the Universe figures. So it's probably a slightly smaller Castle Grayskull, but it's not tiny. It's not a tiny Castle Grayskull. It's not a bite. It's not. I have the Mega Constructs Castle Grayskull and those figures, and I think that is a significant enough difference from the original toys that I'm like, oh, this is a different toy line, and it's worthy of having. I think honestly, if you're going to go with a Castle Grayskull, then you should just go with the regular action figure one, and it just doesn't make sense for me. I'm throwing it out there. I mean, I don't know. You guys are toy fanatics. You've seen Playmobil Castle Grayskull. Yay, nay, who cares? I don't know.
I know. Is it from the movie that's coming out? The Masters of the
That's
Universe
primarily
movie?
the reason they're putting it out. But it
I-
looks like the real Castle Grayskull. Like it looks like the toy. Like according to the pictures I've seen.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I was never a He-Man guy, so I don't really. Okay.
But George is. George likes He-Man. What do you say, George?
Yeah. I think it's cool. My problem with Playmobiles is my same problem with Lego, where I'm just like, gosh, shit's expensive, man. And so I kind of like the idea of the crossover. I do think that's fun. I just don't know if there's a lot of people who are into Playmobil but not into He-Man, like haven't been exposed to He-Man before this. And
Yes.
also, I just like that. I hate to sound gatekeepy, but like I like it when things are segmented. Like that's like one of my bigger problems with Fortnite is that it's just everything, you know?
Yes.
And so I like the idea of He-Man having a certain look in a toy depiction that is completely negated by Playmobil. But also,
No,
like the world sucks. Let people be happy, you know?
Well, that's yes.
Yeah.
I was of the opinion that again, like the Lego or the or the Mega Block Mega Constructs figures, they were different enough than the standard action figure that I was kind of like, okay, this is He-Man in a different form, and you know, it can be set aside and be like, oh, this is just like mini He-Man, you know, stuff, which is fine. This is kind of like mid-sized He-Man. It's like here's the regular action figures, here's the Mega Constructs, here are these things in the middle, and I'm like, I don't know if there's a place for middle of the road.
As a guy who loves the middle of the road, the 4-inch scale, I will say those Playmobil sets oftentimes are a nice little bridge the gap. Like when I wanted to make my Lego Ghostbusters and I couldn't get proton packs, and the one company canceled my Kickstarter order, and not that I was bitter, still a little bitter. But it was Playmobil to the rescue because they had a Ghostbusters line where I could get proton pack parts. And so I like them.
The Playmobil stuff seems to have a pretty decent price point too. Like the Ghostbusters stuff, I remember wasn't super expensive. Like it was like, you know, I bought for Zoe, and you know, she has little interest in them, but they're standing on her shelves. I think she likes them. I get the Back to the Future sets. Right. Know, she has those, and they're cute. You know, the Playmobil people, they're standard Playmobil people, and they don't do much, you know. But I remember Playmobil when I was a kid was like a specialty brand.
Yeah.
And like the only time I ever saw them was when I was in like New York City or whatever.
Right.
They've got that angle where they will sell them in like the educational stores.
Yeah.
Or where you need to get your Playmobil stuff.
But they made Playmobil everything. Like they like you know, there's like a set that's almost like Jurassic Park sort of. There's a set that's you know, they have explorers and they have pirates and they have knights and they have just like, you know, like just day-to-day thing, like you know, just average people in houses. And like
I have 3 huge like refrigerator box full of Playmobiles down in my basement from the years when my kids would play with them. So I like the line. I just I kind of threw up my hands a little bit and went like, even as a Masters of the Universe fan, I don't know. But then again, I never got into the Masters verse figures.
Yeah.
I know Chad was collecting those for a little while. Like for me, the Masters of the Universe, Matty collector figures, those were like the definitive versions. And so I bought all those. And so I'm okay with Masters of the Universe figures. Any case, while Chad's continuing to put this stuff together,
I might have lost a piece. It's very dark.
We're going to take another commercial break, and we're going to talk a little bit about next week's episode of The Last Comic Shop, because that's something to talk about. And then because George and Michael have some things they would like to talk about.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Hey fellas, looking to save money on your collectible supplies? Whether it's comics, cards, sports memorabilia, or miscellaneous pop culture goodies, make sure to use promo code LCSPOD to get 10% off your orders at bcwsupplies.com. Not only does it get you a discount on BCW's already low prices, but using LCS Pod at checkout is an amazing way to show support to the Last Comic Shop podcast, the most incredible comic book podcast on the airwaves. So if you are in need of collectible supplies, head out to bcwsupplies.com and use promo code LCSPOD today. That's promo code LCSPOD.
DC and Marvel this week in the shop. Big, giant, blow-up dolls of Superman and Spider-Man in different corners. And it's like a birthday party, but for Marvel characters and DC characters.
It's for everybody. It's for the young, the new readers. It's for the oldies, the moldies, and everybody in between. All those folks that care about Supermans and Spider-Mans and all that other fun stuff. We're bringing it.
That's noisy. That's really noisy. I was gonna ask you, Andrew.
Yes.
As a He-Man man.
Oh, okay.
What do you think of this movie stuff? These movie trailers. That there's a new trailer that it came out, I think today. That I watched.
Did. Yeah, it came out. I think either yesterday or today. It just hit. It was the master. The full length one showed a lot more than just the teaser trailer that we got back in February. Honestly, what I think is I have realistic expectations about the Masters of the Universe movie, right? Like some people are like, oh, it's going to do for Masters of the Universe what folks, Barbie did for audiences. And I don't know if that's going to be the case.
Do they have a Ken? That Ryan Gosling is very charming.
I think that Barbie was kind of like a once in a lifetime movie. I think it really was. I think it was a perfect mixing of a lot of different things. I think the Masters of the Universe movie is going to be fun. It's going to be action packed for those folks that like Masters of the Universe or just like comic book movies or like sci-fi or fantasy movies. They're going to enjoy it. Will I think that it will make everybody run to Masters of the Universe in droves? No, but that's kind of sort of, I don't want that, to be honest. As a true Masters of the Universe fan, I don't even want to be like somebody that's gatekeeping. I'm okay with people not digging my shit. I'm very okay with that. Like, I'm okay with people being like, yeah, I saw the Masters of the Universe movie. It was okay. And I'm like, cool. I thought it was awesome that Trapjaw was in it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm excited about it. And that's all that really matters. The fact that I'm getting a movie, I'll say that is really great.
See, I'm not a big fan of I like the designs and things more than I like the actual. I think the name He-Man is incredibly dumb. But anyway, it really is. It's really dumb. And I was never into the action figures when I was a kid because I was, G.I. Joe. They were just bigger and I didn't have room. Anyway, I find the ideas interesting, and as a viewer, I would have preferred it have been almost more like straight fantasy, like no Earth element at all, none of that, like something more like a Lord of the Rings vibe or something.
I agree completely. Yeah, because it feels like when they do stuff like that, it's like they're embarrassed about the material because they're like, we got to ground it a little bit more because it's too ridiculous if we just go for it. I'm like, no, man, I think Game of Thrones opened up a lot of doors and like made it clear that people were really interested in that fantasy setting. Like, you just need to take it seriously. Yeah. And it just it seems like they're scared that people won't. So they're doing this as like a backdoor into something ridiculous. So it's a fish out of water story as opposed to like a fantasy story straight up, Right.
Well, I will say that is, it's a good point, George. I mean, the weird thing for me is, again, as somebody that's been a Masters of the Universe fan from I think I got my first Castle Grayskull in 1983. So I was like, Wave 1 came out, I got the figures, and I've been a fan ever since. So I remember the days even before the cartoon where there wasn't any Prince Adam. Like, He-Man was just He-Man. He was just a guy that rode around on a cat, and Skeletor. Castle Grayskull was not the good guy's face, was this forbidding fortress where everybody that tried. Everybody was trying to capture it because it held all the secrets for good or for evil. So it happened to be a place where people wanted to get.
Yeah.
And so I was okay with like all of that. And then they brought in Prince Adam, which wasn't actually Filmation themselves. It was actually Paul Kupperberg and the miniseries that was released at DC prior to the cartoon series, which we're going to be covering when we review that the movie on the show. But yeah, during that series, they introduced like, oh, we're going to give him an alternate identity. And
please explain that to me, because his alternate identity was putting on a shirt. That's it. He's the same guy. Okay.
He is.
Everybody around him is that stupid. It's not even. It's even worse than Superman.
It's the blonde hair. It's like the glasses. It hypnotizes you. You can't see. I will say that, you know, again, the cartoon and the original comic book, they draw Prince Adam and He-Man very, very similar with very similar body builds. So you're kind of like, what the heck's going on? It wasn't until like the 2000 X line.
That was a good show, actually.
It was. But that was the first time that they really changed what Prince Adam looked like, and you could be like, oh, okay, yeah, no, like when he turns into He-Man, there's no way people could tell the difference. And I really thought that, honestly, the way that was written was Prince Adam had just not grown yet, and sooner or later he would look like He-Man. It was just like he got like a jump start on what he would look like after, I don't know, he was finished with puberty. Yeah, exactly. After he gets through all of his trials and tribulations and he fights all these battles, he will look like He-Man at the end of the day.
See, I always, when somebody challenged me to write a script for Masters of the Universe, knowing kind of nothing about it, so I did research and stuff, and I got partway through. I'll send it to you one day. But I always thought of it as a Shazam, like a Captain Marvel type thing, where he's actually sort of like King Grayskull embodies him, and he actually becomes he's taken over by the spirit of King Grayskull, and he's a different person. Like he's an entirely different, with a little bit of a Swiss cheesy memory. Like he can remember being the kid, and when he's back to being a kid, he can remember sort of being. It's
similar to what I thought. I was kind of going more with like, again, what they did with Kingdom Come eventually, where like Billy Batson was basically looked like Shazam by the end. Like he was just like, he grew up into looking like Shazam, and you're like, oh, okay, great. That's how you were supposed to look all along. Okay, that's why we can't tell the difference, because you were supposed to look like that guy once you grew up. And so I always thought that was kind of neat. But regardless, He-Man is He-Man. Well, I think this movie, I hope it doesn't bomb. I would really. But even if it does, they still made the movie. I still will have the movie forever, and I'm okay with it. I like the Dolph Lundgren one. I don't care. It's the T-Man. It's fine. Anyways, Chet, do you have this blocky? Because
I know you guys have had quite some time. So I lost a piece. I lost his wrist somehow, and Miles is a bad choice in a dark basement here in the midnight hour. But here we go. We got one hand. Oh, and his little electroshocky thing. There's the part I lost down there. But you got a good range of motion on these guys. You got good detailing on the back and on the front there. You can see the little spider. The eyes, I forgot to put the eyes in initially here, where there's a white thing behind it, then a little clear plastic thing for the eye effect. It looks real neat, and I'll be excited when I find that missing forearm. But
I thought I heard it hit the ground.
Yeah, I thought. I don't know.
So there's this thing. I'm going to tell you a trick. There's this thing that Adam Savage does. It's called sending out a search party. So
okay.
What you do is you sit at your desk and you get like a handful of maybe screws or something like that, and you go through at least the motions that you could remember going through, and you let them hit the ground the same way, and you follow where they go. And chances are you'll find the thing that hit the ground.
My plan is to wait till we're done and then use my flashlight.
That's another one.
That's
another good
one.
plan.
So lighting would help.
But speaking, go ahead.
Well, no, I'm excited to dig in to all the other blockies as well.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm excited to dig into Superman and Spider-Man next week on the Last Comic Shop. Again, I teased it. I gave you a little teaser of what that episode will contain during the commercial break at the tail end. J.A., Chad, and I will be reviewing Superman and Spider-Man that was released last week. I think George and Zach already did an episode. If you go over to Zach's Comics Corner, you can hear their thoughts right now. But we will give giving our official thoughts next week on the 7th. So make sure that you're tuning into the Last Comic Shop, rate, reviewing, and subscribing so you don't miss that. We'll also be giving a preview of the upcoming Spider-Man Superman book, which will be released on the 22nd. So again, if you're interested in hearing what will be in that book, we've also got a segment on next week's show all about those stories. And it is a different book. They're different books, folks. They have multitudes of covers, but they're completely different and separate books. So you do have to get both of them if you want both of the stories. So, anyways, George, since you aren't on next week's show, let's give them a quick teaser of what you thought. And again, what you thought. Real quickly, what did you think of Superman and Spider-Man?
I liked it a lot. It was my favorite of these intercompany crossovers that we've gotten. I didn't love the Batman Deadpool. I didn't love Deadpool Batman, but I had a really good time with this. I also just think Mark Waid was kind of born to do stuff like this. I think he proves it on a pretty regular basis with World's Finest and Batman and Robin Year One. Like, he's just really good at telling like so out of time stories that they could take place today, they could take place yesterday, they could take place 85 years ago. And there's just something inherently timeless about his approach, especially these past few years. Like, ever since that Daredevil run, really, it feels like where that could have been just like a lost Silver Age story, you know, like there is just something inherently special about it. And so I thought it was great. This is the most I've liked one of the main stories, and I just love the relationship between Peter and Clark in it. Like, they just, spoilers, like they start off just like knowing each other, and it was just so cool to be like, of course they'd be friends, they have so many of the same values, you know. And it felt right. And I'm just like mad that when, you know, Peter's fighting Hellgate, he can't just call Superman. He can't just call his buddy Clark to help him deal with it, just because it felt so natural.
So having not read it yet, is it like the X-Men Teen Titans where they just exist in the same world and there's no need to explain?
Oh yeah.
That's better that way. It's better.
To be honest, Mikey, and this is teasing my review of it. If you read the original Superman versus the Amazing Spider-Man from way back in the 70s, the Jerry Conway, this could easily have been like chapter 2. Like just a continuation of that same story where they have already met, they're hanging out, they're good buddies, you know, oh, there's villains in our universe that we have to come together. You sometimes come work for my paper, I sometimes go work for your paper. It's all that jazz. Really fun stuff. Yes. Very fun stuff.
And there's also this.
Yes. Both of them really. I prefer the second one. That's my druther. But George, before I don't want to say what Chad thought because I want people to listen to next week's show, but George, was there a side story that was your particular favorite?
I thought they were all pretty good. I'm trying to think if there was one in particular that stood out. Like, I don't really know much about Spider-Man 2099. I actually had a really good time reading that story. Like, I thought it was fun, and just like the idea of like these characters, Spider-Man and Superman, being so big and so iconic that like, man, we don't even need Clark and Peter for this. Like, I just thought there was something really cool about that. And so I think there was Batman Beyond in that story too, and then Superman from like the Legion days, like in the year 3000 or whatever.
Superboy.
And it was just cool because you're just like, there's a flavor of these heroes for every palette, which I thought was neat.
I wanted that story to be twice as long. I felt like as soon as it was getting geared up, we got
that. Felt like a 6-issue miniseries, a 5-issue miniseries if Marvel did it.
Did you read both?
Like it was.
Did you read both of them? Like which? Because for me personally, and it's because I'm also a DC fanboy, but I just story wise, I preferred the Batman Deadpool over the Deadpool Batman. Like I preferred that. I thought it was better. I didn't think either of them were particularly great, but I thought that one was somewhat better. Is there between the two? Is there an overall winner of that or?
We
Well,
haven't
they
gotten
have-
the Marvel one.
well,
yet.
they haven't released
Oh.
the Marvel one.
Oh,
yet.
okay.
The Marvel one will come out on April 22nd, and we preview on the upcoming episode. That's actually one of the reasons why I did spread the episode out where I did, is because, again, enough time has come for folks like Mikey to finally get around to reading Superman, Spider-Man. But at the same time, we get an opportunity to tease the next one, which, to Chad's point, I do agree that they were a little bit too close together. Like, I get it, but still, like, I think it's rampant confusion, especially with so many variant covers, that there are going to be people that don't even pick up Spider-Man, Superman, because, again, they thought it was the same book.
Yeah.
So. All right. So with our go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I think I got the David Nakayama cover, but like there was like 26 covers that I saw available from Midtown Comics for like it's a little too ridiculous if you ask me. That one's sick because that is Battle of the Happy Meal toys, right? Like
yes, that is the Doc Shaner. Doc Shaner is always one of my favorite artists, and this is just a ridiculous vehicle. Like Superman does not need something that flies around. He does not need a rocket that flies. Please, let's get. I mean, Superman needs a car for the same reason that Wonder Woman needs a plane. I get it. You don't want to just fly well, I guess Superman doesn't want to. Regardless. All right, so we have one final thing on this week's last comic shop episode, and it is Chad's big reveal. Again, like this is something Chad and I were talking about as we were on our way to the Pittsburgh Comic Show 2 weeks ago, and I was just like, "Are you gonna get it? Are you gonna get it? Are you gonna?" And then I got the text today, and I'm like, "We gotta have a live stream because you got to show off this latest add to your collection, Chad." So, how do you want to start off? Do you want to start off by talking about the story, or what do you want to do?
So I guess it'd be helpful if I had it nearby and remember where I put it. I was distracted. I have Jay's copy of Spider-Man, Superman. He went with the Supergirl and Silk cover.
Oh, Jay.
He loves some art, Jeremy. Can't blame him for that.
No, he does. He does.
So, but no, with the Daredevil stuff, it's Andy's. I'm a big time Spider-Man collector. I'm working on my big thing, and Andy's always telling me, "You need to chip away at that Spider-Man list. You need to chip away at that Spider-Man list." But all the Spider-Man books that I need are cost prohibitive. They're out of my price range, and so instead, I'm chipping away at Daredevil now. And so today I went to the store and thought, I'll get a good Daredevil issue. And so what did I get? I got King Size Daniel Avengers 10 at the first appearance of Rogue.
Come on.
So it was 40% off. I was in my price range. I thought that was a good one. But no, the other big one. This is also 40% off. And Mike is going to be mad at me because it's a slabbed one. But it is Daredevil number 7, the first appearance of the red costume. One of the best Marvel stories of all time. Daredevil gets his butt handed to him by the Submariner. And I just read it in that Marvel Masterworks collection a little bit ago. It's Wally Wood just deciding, no, this is how Daredevil's going to be, and defining who the character is and how his powers work. And, Namor shows up at his law office and he's like, "I want you to help me to sue mankind on behalf of my people." I'm like, I don't know that we can do that. He's like, "Well, then I'll go and make a big mess until somebody, gives me the attention I need." And Daredevil's there just trying to stop him, trying to save humanity. And the Submariner, he's gone toe to toe with the biggest titans in the Marvel universe, but he couldn't help but respect Daredevil at the end of the day because he didn't give up. Even when all was certainly lost. But is an issue that I love, and so I saw it and I had the opportunity, and I was like, well.
Now just get yourself a flathead screwdriver and crack that shit open.
Yeah.
And let it breathe. Let it breathe.
No, I hear you, buddy. I'm not a big time slab collector, but this is like my
That's a good issue
now.
though. Yeah, I mean that's a cool issue. Yeah, man.
No, that's awesome. I was super excited that you got that, Chad. Really great story. Love that issue. Love the David and Goliath issues of any of those Marvel comic books. I think that's really what Marvel comic books are sometimes about, is like the guy that is totally outclassed, but gives it his all and fights till the very end. And that's Daredevil Submariner for sure. And again, first red costume, man.
And it's Wally Wood and Stan Lee before they went their separate ways. And like Stan Lee's so excited to have Wally Wood, and Wally Wood's like, "Why are you getting paid to write this one? I'm doing all the work."
Do they actually explain why he changes his costume color, or he just does?
There's a panel where he's like, "I've been working on this for some time.
Oh, okay.
This is better."
Is he sewing it and he's like, the lady at the fabric shop told me that this was yellow too.
Here's a question for those folks that are in the know. So when I think of Silver Age Marvel characters, I really think of two characters that had pretty drastic redesigns of their costumes early on, which kind of made a huge difference, right? So number one that I think of is the one we've all been talking about, going from ketchup and mustard, or what is it? Ketchup and mustard? What is it? Mustard and some
ketchup and mustard. Straight ketchup. Yeah.
Daredevil's original costume is designed by Bill Everett. It's constantly in flux, right? So it starts off with the single D, and then they're like, well, let's add an extra D in there eventually, and once they do that, they're like, let's give him a hood. And then later on that issue, like, this hood's not working out. But they kept trying and they kept tinkering with the costume to get it right.
Right.
And then Wally Wood's like, no, here it is.
So there's that costume. So again, going from ketchup and mustard to the all red Daredevil costume. So is that the better upgrade? Or is the clunky, like, giant yellow or gray Iron Man costume going to Steve Ditko's sleek yellow and red costume that's become iconic for Iron Man? Which one's the better redesign? We'll go around. Everyone gets one vote. We'll start with Mikey. Better redesign for the character?
Well, I mean, it's better but less realistic is the Iron Man one, because it doesn't look like it's made out of iron anymore, but it's better. It's
George, better upgrade?
When Captain America put the armor on in was it 405, 406, like the late 400s a cap, or late 300s a cap. That was a pretty sweet upgrade. No, I mean the best upgrade of all time is the black suit Spider-Man, right?
Oh, you were asking me which costume?
No, of the two, George.
Okay.
Sorry.
Planting a flag on Iron Man or Daredevil from Silver Age.
Daredevil's upgraded 1,000%.
Yeah, Daredevil gets the best costume in comics. Like, an Iron Man, how many times did he change that armor? Right?
Every other.
I do like the Silver Centurion armor that he got in Armor Wars later on, but I will agree that it's the Iron Man upgrade. I kind of like the ketchup. I kind of like the ketchup and mustard costume. It looks good in Daredevil yellow. It does.
I love Daredevil.
I am glad in Daredevil yellow that he has the ketchup and mustard, and it looked good in the She-Hulk show. I liked it in the She-Hulk show.
Yeah.
So,
and there's a I don't know if it was a pinup or just something he did for fun that Raphael Grandpa did of the yellow costume, and it looks awesome. Like his gloves are like boxing sparring gloves, and he's got it's so badass, and it's that yellow.
We can agree that it's better than the black costume.
I was about to say I love that costume. I don't know what you're talking about. I love that costume. That costume is
underrated.
It is the equivalent of the Scarlet Spider's hoodie. like that Scarlet Spider hoodie. It's the same.
It sucks. Yeah.
No. That's all the time we had for Last Comic Shop Podcast this week. Thanks so much for joining us for this live stream. Make sure that you're rating, reviewing, and subscribing over at www.lastcomicshoppodcast.com. It's a terrific place where you can find all of our episodes, including this week's episode. That's right. It is Punisher. Again, you can listen to us review the first 6 issues of Punisher Max, plus Punisher Warzone, the movie. It is available right now out there on www.lastcomicshoppodcast.com, all of the podcasting platforms, as well as YouTube. So find us, rate, review, and subscribe. Make sure that you're sticking around for more episodes of The Last Comic Shop coming up all through the month of April, including next week when we've got Superman and Spider-Man for all of you kids. Until next week, I was the host with the most, Danny Larson. I was joined by my regular wonderful co-host, Chad Smith. Thank you, Chad, for sharing all of those wonderful things with us today. Thanks to you so much to Mikey Wood. He'll be back in just a couple short weeks for JLA The Nail, so make sure that you're listening to the podcast for that. And George from Shortbox Summary. Thank you so much, George. Love reading your articles over on AIPT.com. Just type in George Loftus. You'll find him, and you can read his articles. They are really, really great. Until next week, stay safe, stay streaming, and remember that when Chad has stuff that he wants to show, we'll have a live stream again. That's how it works. So Chad, keep buying, brother.
There you go.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
LastComicShopPodcast.com is the destination for all things shop. Plan your week with upcoming show schedules, the latest books, recommendations, and chatter from the crew. Subscribe to the show on all major podcasting platforms from one convenient location. Show your support and browse the merch store. T-shirts, tanks, hoodies for the fam, coffee mugs, magnets, totes, and more. Check out exclusive content through the show's YouTube channel and follow the pod on Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, and others. All this and so much more at www.lastcomicshoppodcast.com. www.lastcomicshoppodcast.com.